Vincent joins us live now from the UK, from London. Vincent, just how important is it to get this visit right, rather?
Well, this visit is incredibly important, Belle, especially with that trade deal on the line, and it's been months in the planning. One person who knows a lot about it is Tom Swarbrick. He's a former advisor to Theresa May. Tom, it's been much delayed, much reworked. What would be a good visit for Theresa May?
I think a good visit is a quiet visit. I think they're very concerned about what the President might say. I think they're very concerned about how the President might act, given that he's come into this trip saying that the UK is in turmoil. So there's how the President behaves and what he says and his access to the press and what he tweets that they'll be concerned about. The symbolism is incredibly important. Lots of focus on military, on history, on Churchill. We know that the President is a big fan of those things. It's designed to make him feel a greater connection to the United Kingdom.
And what would you be advising Prime Minister on the optics of this? Because we're expecting huge protests here in the UK. He's not very popular here. So what advice would you be giving the Prime Minister?
Try not to hold his hand, I think would be the first thing. That was the main image from when they met in Washington on the first time. It didn't go down well in the United Kingdom because of the feeling about the President. So it's a fine line that the Prime Minister has to tread between keeping close to a President that we want some influence over, that we want a relationship with, and yet at the same time not being too close because the British public don't like this President.
Earlier in the week, he said alarm bells ringing probably with his comments about Boris Johnson, someone he'd normally get on with. What's the relationship like between Theresa May, who seemed annoyed with at times?
It's a close one, actually. I know that there's some reporting in the States about he's not a big fan of her sort of school mistressy style, but there have been moments when she has had to read in the Riot Act, whether it's over the Iran deal, whether it's over moving the embassy to the capital of Israel, or whether it's over things like some of the tweets that he's put out and some of the things he said. She has had to say to him, "We don't agree with you," and that is done because there is a closeness of the relationship there, and that actually the only way that they're able to do that is because they do, to a certain extent, actually get on.
Tom, thank you very much. Belle, we'll have coverage here on Euronews throughout these protests, and I think it's going to be an interesting watch for everyone.